This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please seek a medical professional or healthcare provider if you're seeking any medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Thanks, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back to our episode. Our show.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It is our episode. Okay, hi, welcome
Yeah.
back. This is Funny Medicine, and this is our episode on...
Juice cleanses. She's Evie.
I'm Evie.
I'm Julie.
She's Julie. And today we're talking about juice cleanses. All right.
Alrighty. Let's do that.
Okay, we got to pick it up. Got to pick up the energy. All right, guys. So what exactly is a juice cleanse?
Because it's all freaking over. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And now there's a cucumber trend. Like,
Did you ever get the celery trend?
I wrote about it.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, I wrote about it.
God, no. No, I'm not going to try that. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no. I actually love juices, but I don't do juice cleanses, if that makes sense.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
You guys will see.
Yeah.
To me, personally,
a
God,
lot.
you have to be committed.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the juicing is not the part of it. It's cleaning that machine. Cleaning that machine is awful. But anyways, okay. So a juice cleanse or a juice fast is essentially a short-term diet where you consume only fruit and vegetable juices and no solid foods. It's literally a liquid diet. Typically lasting anywhere from a day up to a week, which I think is crazy. A juice cleanse that floods your body with liquids made from produce like leafy greens, apples, beets, carrots, and so on. No burgers, no pizza, no solid foods, just lots of colorful juices. Often in a set order or in a schedule, proponents claim that this gives your digestive system a rest and helps with detoxification. I don't know why. We have a river to do that. But anyways, meaning the removal of unspecified toxins from the body. The kidneys also do that too. Juice cleanses are often, I think you can already tell what I'm going, like how I feel about juice cleanses. But anyways, juice cleanses are often marketed as a part of detox diets, which is an alternative wellness situation.
What's the episode that we recently did on that? Pseudoscience. Yeah, check into pseudoscience
Yes.
episode on that.
Now, these juice cleanses will promise to cleanse your system, help you with weight loss, clear your skin, and boost your energy. In other words, it's basically a fad diet of drinking only juice in hopes of a health miracle. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure if you're only on juice, I'm sure you're gonna lose some weight.
I mean,
You're not eating anything else. Basically, how it works in most juice cleanses, you buy or make several bottles of fresh juice per day and consume them at regular intervals. For example, a 3-day cleanse might have you drinking 5 to 6 different juices each day from breakfast through the evening, plus lots of water, but no solid meals. So some cleanses also include herbal teas, lemon water, or even nightly laxative tea. Yeah, of course you're going to lose weight if you're only eating like 500 calories and also shitting yourself. So the idea is that by only ingesting juices, you'll flush out toxins and perhaps drop a couple pounds quickly due to very low calories.
oh boy.
All right, so Julie is going to touch on the history of juice cleanses because I know for a fact that this is probably going to have a pretty deep history. I'm sure that people used to do this before. I'm not sure if as a cleanse, but as something.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, how the hell did we come up with this? And why did we come up with this as a freaking cleanse?
Yeah.
Too? Why?
Yeah.
So the idea of quote unquote purifying the body is not new. Cultures have long experimented with fasting. I mean, I think the Mayans did fasting for religious and ceremonial purposes, a whole bunch of things.
A lot of people still
Monks.
do fasting.
Yeah.
Fasting is a thing and it can be very tied to religions.
A lot of it. And I think Tibetan, Tibetan monks do it for an extended, that exists and it has existed for a very long time. And special diets to cleanse the body. So from ancient ritual fasts and sweat lodges to medieval practices like bloodletting. Here we go again with the bloodletting.
Yeah.
And enemas.
Yeah, just fluff yourself out.
The specific concept of a modern juice cleanse diet, however, took off in the mid-20th century. In 1941, alternative health enthusiast Stanley Burroughs introduced the Master Cleanse, also known as the lemonade diet. This cleanse had people drink a concoction of lemon juice, water, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper, and nothing else for 10 days.
Okay, I didn't do this, but I definitely did the lemon water with cayenne pepper and a little bit of apple cider vinegar in the mornings. And I swore by it. I swore by it. No, I don't think I benefited at all from that, except for literal like acid reflux in the mornings.
Yeah,
But
it's acid and spicy.
yeah.
Oof.
I think the spicy is like what really got me though.
Oh my God, the apple cider vinegar. I can't get past the smell. The feta cicote, like, oh, cicote in Spanish.
It's like bio.
Yeah, but it's specifically for foot, like your feet stink. Anyway, gross. Anyway, it was originally known as a cure for ulcers.
Yeah.
I think it's creating the ulcer, but whatever, and a general body detoxifier. The Master Cleanse remained relatively fringe until the early 2000s, when a book called Lose Weight, Have More Energy, and Be Happier in 10 Days revived its popularity. I don't know how the hell you could be happy in 10 days.
I think
by
people
just
are
doing
just
this.
so like lack of calories, lack of brain
Delusional.
fun- Yeah, they're just like delusional and giddy.
You have to be, because like, geez.
I remember when I had like during residency, I would have stretches. And they were like really bad stretches. I'm talking about like sometimes 3 weeks, every day going into work. And I remember I would hit a certain day, like maybe day 8 or something, where I was just like pissed off
But like stretches of what?
of working
Oh, okay,
every
okay.
single day.
Oh, okay.
So like no breaks in between.
Got it.
So I would go like 8 days, and by like the 8th day, I was like pissed off, tired
course.
or whatever. But by the 14th day, I was like just delusional.
Yeah.
I was laughing at everything. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh God.
I just didn't.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
You know what?
So-
It's probably like your mind's defense mechanism at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
of burnout.
And I noticed it because it was like every single time that it would happen, I would notice that. I would be like, okay, going strong, starting to get tired, so tired, pissed off. Oh my God. Okay, hi, okay. Life is great. I'm not dead. Like, you know, like
Your body's like, at least you're alive.
yeah, at least you're alive. Things look great. Like, and then it was just like crash out.
I think that was just like a self mechanism of your
For sure.
of your mind at that
It was
point.
like for sure like a self-protection or something like that.
Anyway, so yeah, they probably were delusional, because there's no way you could be happy just lemon juice and friggin' cayenne pepper for 10 days only. So by the 21st century, juice cleanses evolved into many forms. Celebrities gave cleanses a huge boost in visibility. For instance, pop star Beyonce famously used the Master Cleanse, the lemon/maple drink and cayenne pepper that we just said, to lose 20 pounds for a movie role. And that was for the 2006 Dreamgirls. Did you ever see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I never saw it.
It's
Anyway,
a good movie.
so sparking public interest in extreme liquid diets. Around, again, that's that diet culture that like we grew up with,
Yeah.
fortunately. Around the same time, companies started selling prepackaged juice cleanse programs delivered to your door at a hefty price. And trendy juice bars popped up in the cities offering cold pressed juices and cleanse packages. The ability of social media and influencers to broadcast their detox regimens has also supercharged the cleanse craze in the recent years. From Hollywood stars selling quote unquote detox to Instagram wellness gurus, check out our, what was her name? Belle Gibson
Belle
episode
Gibson. Yes,
about wellness gurus and whatnot. Posting their rainbow lineup of juice bottles, cleanses gained a reputation as a quick fix to reset your body. And let's not forget the medical medium celery juice craze of the late 2010s. There we go. An Instagram-fueled trend where drinking 16 ounces of pure celery juice every morning was claimed to cure all sorts of ailments. Spoiler, there's no scientific proof for those wild claims.
Yeah.
Celery juice is hydrating and a decent source of vitamin K. It's essentially fiber-depleted vegetable juice. that at worst can make your skin more sensitive to the sun. Celery contains compounds that increase photosensitivity. So that's like your sensitivity to like UV rays in the sun. This craze was a textbook example of the modern quote unquote health fad, a single ingredient hyped as a cure-all, but it was based on anecdote and not evidence. It shows how the shiny image of detox has combined ancient ideas of cleansing with modern marketing and celebrity endorsements.
Yep.
Incredible. Honestly, like how BS could just
pop off. Yep. All right. So let's jump a little bit into the science or lack of science behind the detox claims. Despite the bold claims, the evidence supporting juice cleanses it's really thin at best. The entire premise of detoxing via juice is questionable, and it's kind of crazy because there are so many people that do this. Our bodies already have a detox system, okay? In fact, the human body has evolved highly sophisticated mechanisms for eliminating toxins and its own, namely the liver, kidneys, and the lungs. Also, your gastrointestinal system is great. The skin works really well too. It's actually called the human body.
Yeah. Went through many thousands of years evolving.
Yeah, exactly. Psychological toxins eliminated by the brain too. It's protective factors like Julie just mentioned. So these organs actually work 24/7 to filter waste and unwanted compounds, whether or not you're drinking green juice or not.
Yeah.
So as the NIH puts it, there's no compelling research that detox diets actually eliminate toxins or provide any lasting benefit. So what toxins are cleanses even removing?
That too.
Yeah, so proponents rarely specify, actually. Anytime that you see a detox cleanse, they'll say detox and they'll give you kind of like this random feel more awake, less brain fog or something like that, but they actually won't specify exactly what they're targeting with their juices.
Yeah,
okay?
like what toxin are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Researchers note that most commercial detox programs don't identify which toxin they're supposedly targeting or how the cleanse even removes them. It's a very vague concept and it's all about getting your money. So unless someone has been... Thank you.
Sorry.
Never wanted that more. So unless someone has been exposed, okay, to a specific poison or a heavy metal or something like that, you know, your body is not holding on to some mythical sludge that juice can just wash away. As Catherine Collins, a UK dietitian, bluntly said, the concept of a detox is a marketing myth rather than a physiological entity. In other words, the idea that we must periodically purge our bodies with special diets is more fiction than science.
That's how I feel about it when you're like, oh, do a juice cleanse.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it's just like everything. I feel like when a person is, okay, I'm going to do this juice cleanse, there's a lot of multifactorial things.
Yeah.
One, you're like, you have this like rush of energy of like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this thing. So like already your mentality has completely changed.
Yeah.
So it's like that placebo effect.
Exactly.
You're already thinking positive, right? Yep. So you're drinking this juice cleanse and you're like, I'm going to get through it. It's like, you know, when people like New Year's, right? That everyone goes to the gym. Yeah, it's like that New Year's resolution. So then, I saw Mario and I was like, there's someone in your backyard.
You're like, Julie.
I'm like, Julie, there's someone in your backyard. Anyways, so not only that, but it's also you're not eating other crap foods. Right? So you're focusing just on these juices. I'm not saying that the juices themselves are bad.
Right.
I'm just saying they're actually, because they're keeping you from eating the crap that you were probably eating, you actually probably feel better.
Right.
Because you're not eating the crap that you were eating.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you see yourself slim down and you're like, oh man, this is working. It's just like heightening that whole entire like visceral feeling. But by day 5, you're probably like,
exactly.
Like SpongeBob, like when he's like dry and he's like, water.
Yeah, at this point, it's the opposite. It's like food.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So myth versus fact. Let's just kind of keep it to detox, okay? So myth, juice cleanses remove toxins from your body. The fact is, no scientific evidence supports this claim. Your liver and kidneys do the detoxification of your chemicals and waste effectively, really well. Okay, so much so that you are alive today because of that. And a 2015 scientific review concluded that there's no compelling evidence that commercial detox diets eliminate toxins or have any measurable benefit. In short, your body's built-in detox system doesn't need a juice. It doesn't need a cleanse to do its job. It's doing it right now as you see this episode. Right now, our liver and kidney is functioning, okay? And trust me, if you ever have a malfunction of your liver and your kidney, the juice cleanse isn't going to work, okay? You're going to need a machine or a transplant, okay?
Yep.
Myth number 2, a cleanse will jumpstart your metabolism and lead to long-term weight loss. No, my love. As soon as you start eating, you're going to gain that back. So fact is, any weight loss on a juice cleanse is usually just temporary water weight. And you used up some glycogen stores, plus maybe some muscle loss due to protein deprivation.
Not good.
So yeah, you might actually feel thinner, but it's because you're actually like malnutritioned, like for a short period of time. Yeah. You're taking in very few calories, so you might see a few pound drops quickly, but studies have shown that these diets do not lead to any lasting weight loss. And in fact, once you resume normal eating, the weight typically comes right back as your body rehydrates, replenishes lost nutrients. A review of detox diets noted that initial weight loss is quickly reversed when a normal diet is resumed. And extreme calorie restriction can also slow your metabolism, making it easier for you to regain weight, right? Because your body adapts to burning fewer calories. Once you start going back on a regular diet, then already adapted to something else.
Exactly.
Okay? Another myth is that juicing gives your digestive system a break and heals your gut. Guys, that was such a lie, and whoever says that, it just wants your money, and they just want to tell you that.
TikTok's full of that, though.
Yes, I'm telling you, girl, we need to do apart from this juice cleansing, we need to do a thing on GI mapping. That's like another thing. That's like,
wow.
Yeah. See if he looks at me. He's so funny. All right. So juicing gives your digestive system a break and heals your gut. That is a total lie. Unless you have a specific medical condition needing to rest your bowel, a digestive system doesn't require a vacation. So it's actually used to working daily. In fact, skipping fiber, which you lose when you juice, okay, you're not actually consuming the fiber. You're literally just like water and sugar.
It's just horrible.
And solid foods can actually disrupt your gut microbiome. So the balance of bacteria in your gut, check out our mind-gut connection. Yes. I feel like that's one of our best episodes that we had.
Yeah.
So, and this may leave you worse. There was a study, because you know we're all about studies.
Robust
studies. There was a new study in 2025 that found a 3-day juice cleanse or a juice-only diet caused a significant increase in gut bacteria linked to inflammation and a leaky gut. Okay, so researchers observed that the lack of fiber in juice cleanses allowed undesirable sugar-loving bacteria to bloom.
Not good.
This is a kind of like a reality check that juicing might do the opposite of healing if it messes with your healthy gut microbes. Meanwhile, a whole food diet in the study led to beneficial microbes thriving. In short, there's nothing magical about resting your digestive system, and removing fiber can actually harm your gut balance. Also, it can probably provide like a lot of constipation.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not like really consuming any fiber.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna like, let's see, like when
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wait. Just focus. We're gonna make his like lizard brain like want to feel that somebody's staring at him. Focus very intently.
Mario, look over here. Mario, look over here.
Mario, look over here.
Mario.
God.
I love holding the with him.
I know.
All
It's
right.
so easy. He's there, and a lot of the time I'm just like,
So one of the last myths that I'm going to mention is that you'll feel energized and healthy during a cleanse.
well, maybe in the beginning. I'm gonna put this down.
Yeah, exactly. Again, from like what we kind of spoke on, you're eliminating other things. You probably have like mood rush, like kind of like
The placebo effect.
Go through this whole entire 5-day juice cleanse.
Your mind is like motivated.
Exactly.
Like...
But fact is that some people do report a mental boost or a light feeling during this cleanse, but many experience the opposite. Why?
That would be me.
Because of your actual like energy levels and you're not consuming any calories.
Yeah.
Low energy, headaches, irritability, dizziness, basically classic signs of inadequate nutrition. Living on juice means you're likely missing protein, healthy fats, sufficient calories, which can leave you feeling sluggish or faint. Any temporary euphoria is often from a placebo effect, like we just said, or the virtuous feeling of doing something you believe is healthy.
Yeah,
so
it's that resolution.
The
that, like,
resolution,
I got this,
exactly.
I'm doing it. And then it's like, your body's like,
you ain't doing shit. You're doing it. And then it's like comes the little devil and it's like, you ain't doing shit.
Negative.
Yeah.
It's like with the little violin.
Yeah.
The devil
it's
is like...
Yeah.
Anyway. Alrighty. So, do juice cleanses have any benefits after all of this myth busting and whatnot? Is there anything that these people that are doing it, like, they get from it? With all that said, are there any silver linings? Possibly a few short-term or indirect benefits with a big caveat. Flood of vitamins. So drinking only fruit and veggie juices for a few days means that you'll be consuming a lot of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants from all of that produce. Most people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables in their normal diet, so a cleanse does deliver a hefty dose of micronutrients. For example, fresh juices can be rich in vitamin C, beta-carotene, polyphenols, etc. You'll also likely stay very hydrated since you're continuously downing liquids, which a lot of us are chronically dehydrated and we don't even know it.
Yep.
However, you could get the same benefits simply by adding more fruits and veggies to a balanced diet. You don't need to eliminate solid foods to increase your nutrient uptake.
Yeah.
And remember, eating the whole fruit or blending into a smoothie gives you that actual fiber that you need, which the juices, unfortunately, they lack.
Yeah. So juicing, you are just, maybe there's some people that don't know that difference.
Yeah.
Juicing is a juicer. You are literally just squeezing whatever you're squeezing, fruit, veggie, and you're just getting that liquid out.
Like you're straining it.
Yeah, exactly. The rest, usually people toss. There's some people that use it for other things, but in general, people usually toss it. But if you can get yourself a blender that actually blends it so much and liquefies it so much, but you actually didn't strain the juice, you just blended it up really well.
Yeah.
That is better, right? Because you're taking in all that fiber, which is going to keep you satiated longer, which is great.
And it helps with the bacteria.
Yes, and bacteria.
And all that stuff.
All of that.
That's really important. Anyway, another thing is less junk and no alcohol. By design, cleanses cut out processed foods, alcohol, and added sugar. All the things that are probably going to make you feel crappy.
Yeah.
Taking a break from junk food, greasy takeout, or cocktails for a few days can make you feel better simply because you're no longer overloading your system with these things. In other words, it's the removal of unhealthy choices, not any magical property of juice that might make you feel a bit improved during a cleanse. Nutritionists note that many detox diets do encourage avoiding highly processed foods and emphasize whole fruits and veggies, which is great, but you don't need to follow a rigorous detox or cleanse diet to incorporate them into your meals. Yeah. That other thing that we had talked about that we're probably all chronically dehydrated and we don't even know it, hydration. All the liquid keeps you very well hydrated. Proper hydration is generally good for health. It can improve skin appearance, support kidney function, prevent mild headaches from dehydration, etc. Of course, you could also hydrate with just plain water. No need for expensive pressed juices or like going to your expensive like pressed juice bar at all these like bougie places.
Yeah.
But cleanse devotees often end up drinking more fluids than usual, which can have some positive effects. To a certain point though. Mental reset and mindful eating is another token of this. Some people use a short cleanse as a way to mentally reset their eating habits. It's like hitting a temporary pause button on overeating or constant snacking. During a cleanse, you become very mindful of everything you consume, since it's typically so planned out. Many people say this helps them break a pattern of poor eating and appreciate whole foods more when they reintroduce them. It can also bring a sense of accomplishment or discipline. However, this can be achieved with far less extreme measures, such as a week of eating simple, whole foods, or practicing mindful eating without the downsides of a juice-only diet. Then possible identification of sensitivities is another good thing potentially from this. One niche benefit is that by eliminating a lot of foods and then reintroducing them, a person might notice if a particular food was causing discomfort. For instance, if you cut out everything and then feel bloated when you add back dairy or gluten, it could hint that there might be a sensitivity there. But a juice cleanse is a very blunt tool for this. A proper elimination diet, like ideally with the help of a professional, is much more effective for identifying food intolerances. If you do attempt this, reintroduce foods one at a time and in small amounts. And always remember that correlation isn't necessarily causation. Not every post-cleanse tummy rumble means that you have an intolerance to whatever it is that you're like eating or reintroducing.
All right, so let's talk about the real health risks and the downsides of juice cleanses. We already kind of touched up on like how it can be dangerous, but we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into that.
There's a lot more.
Yeah, so before you jump on a multi-day juice fast, you should really know the potential harms. Doctors and dietitians warn that detox cleanses can have a variety of effects and risks. Nutritional deficiencies is definitely going to be the first one that comes to at least my mind. Juice cleanses are usually very low in protein, essential fats, and in overall calories. One analysis found that a popular detox diet didn't even meet the minimal protein requirement for anyone weighing over 23 kilos. That's just 50 pounds.
Wow.
In other words, it was grossly inadequate in protein. A lack of protein over multiple days can actually cause your muscles to break down, weakness, impaired body functioning, since proteins are the building blocks for all cells and enzymes. So that's why it's really important for our diet to include protein. Cleanses also typically lack fibers. Juicing is going to remove that pulp, the fibers in the pulp. It may actually leave you deficient in minerals like calcium, iron, zinc if you are doing this for a prolonged period of time. In short, if you're only living on a juice, it can actually quickly become a form of semi-starvation in which you not only are not getting any of the nutrients in your body, you're not going to get anything, and basically you're not going to function optimally. Now, symptoms: fatigue, dizziness, brain fog, all of these.
Which is funny because that's like one of the main things they say they combat is brain fog.
It's brain fog,
but
it's actually giving it to you. But they'll tell you, they're gonna be like, you're gonna feel a little bit, this, but that's just your body like getting rid of this.
I literally put that in later.
Yeah,
it's so crazy how they market it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all a marketing scheme, right? Because of the severe calorie restriction, people actually commonly experience tiredness, lightheadedness, difficulty concentrating, headaches, and irritability while on a cleanse. If you've ever gotten hangry before, which Lord knows I have, okay, you are basically skipping meals. So imagine a couple days of that feeling. Your brain is running low on energy, which is the glucose that it needs, and your blood pressure may actually dip from a lack of salt and protein, leading to dizziness. These symptoms are basically your body and your brain protesting that sudden drop of nutrition. Some programs claim that this is a detox reaction. It's actually not that. Really dangerous things: blood sugar swings. Most fruit-based juices and even sweet veggies like beets and carrots are high in natural sugars. Without the fiber or protein to slow absorption, and a juice cleanse can actually cause spikes in your blood sugar followed by really bad crashes. This roller coaster can make you feel weak and shaky. It's particularly risky for people with diabetes or insulin resistance, and they could also experience dangerous hypoglycemia, which is a really, really bad low blood sugar, and conversely, blood sugar spikes. Medical experts strongly advise against cleanses for diabetics. Anyone on blood sugar medication should only attempt a cleanse under close doctor supervision, if at all. I've honestly, my whole entire time doing medicine, as a student, as a resident, as now practicing physician, I've never seen anyone recommend a cleanse. Ever.
No.
Zero cleanses. actually, the NIH specifically warns that people with diabetes should stick to the recommended eating plan and consult a healthcare provider before making any major dietary changes.
I mean, most fruits, like their main thing is sugar. So I mean, like,
yeah,
it's, you know.
So you can also have digestive issues. Ironically, something called a cleanse or a juice-only diet can actually mess with your digestion. A lack of fiber might lead to constipation, which is like what I had mentioned at the beginning, since fiber helps you keep yourself regular or your bowel habits regular. On the flip side, if your cleanse includes laxative teas or stimulant detox supplements, this can actually cause diarrhea, which carries the risk of dehydration and electrolyte imbalances because you're not taking in proper nutrition and you're actually giving yourself a laxative to clean you out. And when I say clean you out, it's like you're just pretty much just like dumping, right? You're dumping everything. You're dumping all your electrolytes. You're dumping all of that. Your dehydrating combination is actually really dangerous. Some extreme detox regimens can even promote enemas or colon cleanses, which again, why?
My God, like who does an at-home enema?
The only people that need enemas are constipated people. Like that is it. So these are not only unnecessary, but can actually be very dangerous, potentially causing colon injury and or infections. There's actually insufficient evidence for colonic irrigation. Again, why? And evidence, and also it can actually have serious side effects, especially in people with gastrointestinal disease or heart and kidney issues. Just to sum it up, you might clean yourself out in unpleasant ways, but that's not a health benefit. You can also give really bad stress to the kidneys. Green juices often, like green juices with veggies like spinach, beet greens, Swiss chard, which are really high in oxalates compounds, which in excess can actually contribute to kidney stone formation. If you have any tendency towards kidney stones, a high oxalate juice diet is actually a really bad idea. And if you've ever had a kidney stone, you know that you don't want to do that. Even if you're not prone to consuming extremely large quantities of high oxalate juice daily, it could, in theory, overwhelm your kidneys. Health authorities have noted that people susceptible to kidney stones should limit high oxalate foods like leafy greens, beets, etc., because too much can be a health threat. There's definitely been rare case reports of individuals developing kidney problems after sustained excessive juicing. Moderation is definitely key. Drowning your kidneys in green sludge is not the road to wellness. You can also actually have a risk of infection because you are like taking these raw things. Raw unpasteurized juices, especially if at home pressed without proper hygiene, can actually harbor really harmful bacteria like E. coli, salmonella, listeria. Normally, your stomach acid actually helps kill a lot of these pathogens, but you're drinking large quantities of unpasteurized juice, you're going to increase your risk of getting sick.
Gross.
This is why pregnant women, children, elderly, anyone with a weakened immune system are actually advised against consuming unpasteurized juices. Commercial juice cleanse companies often cold press and then immediately chill their juices, and some use of like high pressure processing to kill bacteria without heat. Even if those juices aren't kept cold or are stored too long, they can actually become bacterial breeding grounds. So a bout of food poisoning is definitely not the detox you want. You'll lose weight with food poisoning for sure.
God, it's the worst.
But I don't think you want that.
No.
The other thing that this would have probably been the second thing that comes to my mind on these juice cleanses and the dangers of them is the electrolyte imbalance and the dehydration. Some cleanses encourage drinking so much water or diuretic tea that you flush out your electrolytes. And no, adding salt isn't going to work either. And the reason why people say that is because since you're detoxing and you're flushing your system with a shit ton of water, you're going to lose a lot of sodium and potassium. But they tell you just add a little bit of like mineral sodium. That's going to help the absorption. And I'm like, sure. Okay.
Can we just not do that?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just not do the detox then. If you get diarrhea from laxative products, you're losing fluid and electrolytes. The results of both can be weakness, irregular heartbeat, or worse.
Everything
and
you're
everyone
detoxing for.
I'm sure people are like, how does that lead to irregular heartbeat? When you flush out your system and you flush out the electrolytes like sodium and potassium, if you have a low potassium, your heart needs potassium for a lot of its function, its electrical function. That is why it can actually lead to an irregular heartbeat or an arrhythmia.
So dangerous.
Yes. In extreme cases, severe electrolyte disturbances can actually lead to dangerous heart rhythm problems or even neurological issues. The neurological issues cues into sodium. If your sodium drops, you can actually have seizures from that.
Oh my God.
There have been rare reports of people developing lactic acidosis, a serious metabolic disturbance from all that diarrhea that you're having, or even dying due to complications from prolonged fasting and unbalanced crash diets. This basically is going to underscore that detoxing isn't inherently harmless. Pushing your body off balance can actually have real consequences. And also at the end of the day, like rebound weight gain, sorry. Yeah. So you just did all of that and
tortured yourself.
Put yourself in danger probably. And then at the end of the day, you're going to gain it all back. So following a strict juice fast, many people actually end up overeating once it's over, either due to psychological reward. You're like, oh, I earned this cheeseburger, right? After 5 days of juicing, and you literally just gained everything back with one cheeseburger.
God.
It's just simply due to like raging hunger hormones. This kind of like roller coaster pattern can actually be hard on the body and hard on you mentally. And it can actually probably set you up for an eating disorder. It's just an unhealthy cycle of crash dieting and then binging. Interestingly, studies in animals suggest that the stress of severe caloric restriction can produce changes in the brain that lead to binge eating behaviors. I just said, eating disorders.
Yeah.
This phenomenon is still being studied in humans, but plausible. And it's actually, I wouldn't even consider this plausible. Like the relationship with food and your body is really complex. Any kind of diet that restricts your calories is associated to eating disorders, and that is verified with data.
And you have to become like a kind of obsessed at a point when you're doing these like really intense diets, because you have to measure everything. Everything's like at a certain time. Everything is so strict that you can't help but be so hyper focused on it that has to like spill over to something.
Exactly.
No? Yeah.
In the short term, many dieters report overeating immediately post-cleanse out of sheer ravenous like hunger.
Can't even imagine that.
Often regaining any lost weight pretty quickly. This kind of like all or nothing approach to eating can actually foster a really bad relationship with food. And again, an eating disorder. Underlying conditions, anyone with any medical underlying conditions, like we said before, diabetes, kidneys, heart disease, liver issues, gastrointestinal disorders, or anyone pregnant, breastfeeding, an old person, like anyone, you should pretty much avoid a cleanse or only do them under medical supervision. And again, I've never seen that.
No.
So for these groups, the risk of blood sugar fluctuation, dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, etc., for these group of people, that's going to be much higher. For example, a person with kidney issues could be harmed by the high mineral load or the oxalates that we talked about. Someone with high blood pressure can actually be dizzy from the low sodium intake. Experts especially warn that patients on medications for blood pressure, diabetes could also have these adverse reactions on a cleanse due to the sudden diet changes. In general, children, teenagers should not do chick cleanses.
Oh God,
that is
no.
like an actual like, no, it is not healthy. And anyone tells you it's lying, they're lying.
She's a pediatrician. So I mean,
never, ever. For parents, I actually don't ever use like, we need to go on a diet. Like I never say the word diet.
Yeah.
I always say, I'm like, we need to fix your daily nutrition.
Yeah.
So, and I tell them, I'm like, you will never, because I try to stress to them that you should not cut out food groups. I always say, you're never going to hear me say, cut out this, right? You need to eat your 3 meals per day. You need to eat your 2 snacks. Now you need to moderate things. You need to portion control. If you're still hungry, try to go for the protein or maybe a veggie, drink a glass of water, because sometimes you're completely dehydrated and just with a glass of water, you'll actually be full. Yeah. So anything that's targeted for kids for weight loss, it's like a juice cleanse, just absolutely stay away. Always check with a healthcare provider before attempting any fast or cleanse, and especially if you have any health concerns.
Yeah. All right. So why are these juice cleanses so freaking popular? Because they freaking are. Yeah. And they have stood the test of time. Like they're still around. Plenty of them. Given the shaky science and all these risks that we have literally just talked about, you gotta wonder, at least I did, why on earth are all these juice cleanses like so trendy? They're still around. They're like in every freaking social media platform. Every influencer is has at least once talked about a freaking juice cleanse. Several reasons help explain like this enduring popularity. It's a quick fix mentally. We live in a world of instant gratification, and a juice cleanse promises fast results. For example, lose 5 pounds in 3 days, or another example, reset your body over the weekend. The idea of a rapid detox or makeover is very appealing, especially after periods of indulgence, the holidays, you know, or a vacation, whatever. It offers a psychological clean slate. Feeling bloated and sluggish, a short, intense cleanse sounds like a quick ticket to feeling good as new. In reality, of course, true health changes are gradual. Now, the very big one, I think, here of like, why is it still around and why it's so popular is the alluring marketing. Cleanses are marketed with glowing testimonials and aspirational imagery all the time. Think like vibrant green juices or these colorful ones, like all these influencers use, oh, this is like the colorful rainbow that I'm eating today and all that. It's all very pretty and aesthetic.
And usually like we do, like a lot of nutritionists will say like, hey, like your plate should be colorful. But when we say colorful, it's not like juice, colorful juice. It's like having your veggies.
Like only a third of
things.
this you're actually going to consume because the rest of it's going to become pulp.
Exactly. And you're going to throw away the pulp. Great.
Exactly. And words like clean and rejuvenate and heal and glow. It's all powerful branding.
All powerful branding, yeah.
And that taps into our desire to feel pure and healthy. If you're feeling out of shape or toxic, like perhaps after that junk food binge, that vacation, that whatever, the notion of like cleansing your body sounds logical and even attractive. But the science just doesn't back it up. Plus, many cleanse programs come in at beautiful packaging and feel exclusive or elite because it's like $200 for like a fancy 3-day juice cleanse.
That's crazy.
With like a chic bottle and celebrity endorsements, of course. And you're part of this wellness in crowd, right? So you feel like you're kind of fitting into something too. It's easy to be seduced by the glossy marketing and believe that you're doing something profound for your health.
Yeah.
Celebrity and influencer endorsements, right? So as mentioned, many celebrities have dabbled in the cleansing, like we had literally just said about Beyonce right before her movie, from actors and pop stars to Instagram influencers. When famous figures swear by a cleanse to slim down or get healthy, fans take notice because a lot of people are seeing them. Like I said, Beyonce's Master Cleanse story is a prime example. It propelled the lemonade diet into mainstream. Likewise, a celebrity juice fad caught fire largely thanks to a self-proclaimed healer on Instagram and countless influencers sharing their green mustaches. Social media allows these trends to spread like wildfire. A single viral post about a detox juice can spawn millions of imitators. The halo of celebrity glamour and influencer FOMO has undoubtedly fueled the juice cleanse craze. And then you have the perceived control and purity. Psychologically, during a cleanse, it can give people a sense of control over their body and a feeling of purity. After a period of overindulgence, a strict regimen can feel like penance. For example, I ate junk, so now I atone with 3 days of green juices. I'm kind of punishing myself like that.
And again, this is where the eating disorder starts.
100%. Because that's just not healthy behavior.
Yeah.
There's almost a moral element, like terms like clean eating imply virtue, whereas eating regular food might seem quote unquote dirty in comparison. This mindset can be reinforcing, like you feel virtuous for sticking to something hard, right? However, it also edges into problematic thinking about food. Like she had been saying, labeling some foods as bad, which can contribute to orthorexia. We did an episode on that. Orthorexia. Check it out. An unhealthy obsession with only quote unquote pure or healthy foods put into an extreme.
Yeah.
That guy, the one that's like super obsessed with never dying and like all the things.
Yes,
Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
So we also covered him, which we probably should touch upon that as well, because that was like one of our very early episodes. We recorded that at your house.
That's crazy.
That's a really long time ago. Anyways, he, I believe, allegedly, in my very humble, nobody opinion, has like a form of orthorexia because he's like, I can only eat this chocolate that comes from the poop of this animal, and it's something crazy like that, and it has to be from the Amazon because it has this pH balance. I don't freaking know, something nuts. And that's the only form of like sweet that he'll have. It's a lot. So that's like an extreme version of like this orthorexia that I'm trying to talk about, like this pure thing, whatever. Nonetheless, the appeal of a discipline that makes you feel cleansed and virtuous is a big part of why people do it. So the other one, a booming wellness industry. Let's not ignore the money. The detox industry is worth tens of billions of dollars globally. There is a huge commercial incentive behind these products. Juice cleanse packages can cost anywhere from $30 a day to $70 a day, meaning a 5-day cleanse could set you back a few $100s.
You can just eat the fruit too. I mean,
grab it, eat it.
Eat it, and that's it. You actually might feel fuller. You might not be as pissed off.
Exactly. Wellness companies, spas, and self-styled health gurus have all financial motives to keep promoting detox regimens. It has become a lucrative business to sell people the promise of health in a bottle. With slick marketing, savvy influencers, and a lot of paid testimonials, the trend perpetuates itself, and the cash registers keep ringing.
Yep.
Community and challenge. Nowadays, cleanses are sometimes done in groups.
Like in challenges, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, not only are you like giving it that positive, like rejuvenate, it's also like, are you up to a challenge? Yeah.
Challenging you, and then we're in this together. So you feel like that community thing too. And then people post their day-by-day juice lineup and get encouragement from others doing the same cleanse. This creates a sense of community. Misery loves company, after all. It's easier to drink kale juice if your friend and favorite vlogger is suffering with you, or they pretend that they are. Let's be real, because when the camera turned off, you don't freaking know what they're doing. The communal aspect can make it almost fun if you're in a boot camp together. It also adds a bit of peer pressure to stick with it. The fad feeds itself when everyone is broadcasting their hashtag detox journey and comparing notes.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. I'm like, what's the guarantee that that person is really sticking to it?
Yeah, no.
They're gonna turn off. They're gonna turn off the camera and have a fat cheeseburger.
Exactly.
And you're there suffering.
Chicken nuggets.
Exactly. Chicken tendies.
Yeah, exactly. Give me the tendies.
For sure.
Exactly.
You know?
But they'll do it. They'll log on and be like, oh yeah. It's like when TikTok was going to be banned and a lot of people like came out. Did you see that?
No, what?
A lot of people came out and like said like the truth. People that were wellness influencers like were like, oh yeah, I've actually been on a GLP-1 as well, even though like they said that everything was like natural.
Oh,
people.
There's no shame in it. Take the GLP-1, but you're lying to people.
You're lying to people. Yeah. So a lot of people like came out and were just like, oh yeah, I actually lied about that, because they thought that TikTok was gonna like be gone forever.
Oh my.
Yeah. And then it came back and they were like, yeah.
Dang. That sucks.
Anyways, latest fads and like funky trends. So of course, as one juice trend dies out, another one is born. So often on TikTok or Instagram, here's a sip of some of the recent cleanses and the crazes that we've come across. So the viral cucumber salad. I actually freaking love this cucumber salad. I'm not just eating the cucumber salad alone, but it's delicious. However, I do not recommend as like a only cucumber.
Food.
Yeah. So in 2023 to 2024, TikTok trend took off where people started eating an entire cucumber as a meal or a snack, thanks to the Canadian TikToker Logan Moffat. Let me tell you guys, he's like the person that he comes in with a jar and he's like, sometimes you just gotta eat a whole cucumber.
Yeah.
I actually tried all his like cucumbers. It's delicious, but I don't eat it solely. His video is titled "The Best Way to Eat an Entire Cucumber" went viral, and it was like tens of millions of views. And then everyone started imitating him. Suddenly, millions were slicing up cucumbers with soy sauce, vinegar. My God, I'm just like thinking about this, and it's like delicious to me. But it's not a detox salad. So cucumber is actually like really high in hydrate, like it will hydrate you. It holds a lot of water. So it's not a detox salad. It's a delicious cucumber. And actually, if you're mixing it with soy sauce, it's actually really salty. Maybe it's a good balance. But anyways, nutritionists actually love this one, not because it's magical cleanse, but because it got a lot of young people excited about eating vegetables. So I can see that. Now, cucumbers are really high in water and fiber and very low in calories. So it can actually be really filling and hydrating and with some nutrients. Essentially, this trend was really fun, a healthy snack idea rather than a hardcore cleanse. But it is delicious. Experts did caution that it's not a magic weight loss solution. Eating cucumbers not going to just like melt away the fat. But on social media, the way that social media fads go, this one was actually relatively harmless and even positive. So if only all detoxes were like this, but yeah, try the salad. It's delicious. Now, the celery juice cleanse. I remember when this was like a big thing. But again, the celery juice morning ritual became a huge fad a couple years back, popularized by the influencer known as Medical Medium, who claims to receive health info from spirits. How do people believe this?
It's a wild world out there.
Yeah. So he claimed that drinking 16 ounces of straight celery juice daily could cure skin issues, improve digestion, and even heal autoimmune diseases. Thousands of people jumped on the bandwagon, posting green mustaches selfies at dawn. While celery juice is hydrating and does contain vitamin K and vitamin C, the potassium, the extraordinary health claims were actually not backed at all. Essentially, celery juice is a vegetable, but you're taking away the fiber. Again, we come into that same problem. It's not a miracle cure. It contains psoralins, compounds that can actually make your skin more sensitive to sunlight. And if you consume a lot of celery or celery juice, it can actually increase the risk of sunburns and dermatitis in some people. I know. Some dermatologists actually noticed an uptick in patients with mysterious rashes that turned out to be from overdoing celery juice. Just in case if you're doing that celery juice and you have a rash, it's probably because of the celery juice. Now, the celery craze has calmed down now, but it was a classic example on like how a trend can just like overly hype everything. You also have the extreme cleanses. Please do not try this at home.
Please don't.
So the pursuit of the detox has also produced some bizarre regimes. So case in point, in 2023, actress Jamie Lynn Sigler of The Sopranos fame tried an 8-day milk cleanse.
God. Okay.
So, yeah, she consumed nothing but full-fat milk with a few supplements for over a week. And she did it hoping to resolve some gut issues.
How you got...
No entiendo.
How you did that leap, I don't
know
who still do that, but
I don't know.
They could sell ice in Eskimo.
Medical medium, man. Medical medium.
Because, damn, I don't know if it was a medical medium. I don't know where she got this idea from, but like, who?
I don't know. But anyway, so experts were quick to facepalm.
I'm no expert, but my God.
Yeah. One dietitian, Abby Sharp, flat out said, no question, there's absolutely nothing good that can come from this. She emphasized that it lacks fiber, essential nutrients, and for the majority who are lactose intolerant, drinking large volumes of milk would likely cause GI distress rather than fix it. This is also an example of how far detox obsessions can actually go. And in the past, people have tried all grape diets too, charcoal detox lemonades, and other extreme cleanses, but most, which have zero evidence, can be actually really dangerous. The milk cleanse in particular had health professionals shaking their heads. You'd be getting over 160 grams of sugar per day with the milk cleanse. 160 grams. Please don't do that. Please. The other one is the detox teas. I think these are like one of the most common ones.
So
the teas
common.
And the skinny supplements. Oof. This is just setting you up for like just body dysmorphia and eating disorders.
And a lot of diarrhea. It's a whole, beyond the juices, there's like a whole entire class of detoxes that just are teas and cleansing supplements online. Influencers on Instagram have promoted teas. It's like, oh yeah, I'm less bloated, blah, 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 blah. And it's just a laxative. Yeah. The FDA has warned that some detox supplements contain hidden ingredients and even illegal ingredients and are marketed with false claims of treating serious illnesses. These products often just make you lose water weight and can strain your body. For instance, the so-called flat tummy teas can cause cramping and electrolyte imbalances. So yeah, like that influencer that shows her like cute little 2-piece aloe yoga exercise fit. Yeah.
But really what she's not showing you is the behind the scenes, which is like her crapping herself. So yeah. And like in pain.
If she's even doing that.
If she's even doing it, yeah.
That's the other thing. Like all these people follow so hard. These people like supposedly doing it. So it's like, what is the guarantee that they're actually doing that though?
Yeah.
It's like what you just said about those TikTokers that they're like, oh yeah, I was in a GLP-1 this whole time, but I'm like selling you like this cleanse or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. On the brighter side, on a positive shift in the wellness world is a move towards a more balanced reset. And that's, I do feel like in the last few years, in the last decade at least, I do feel like there has been a really big shift in like health and wellness. I do appreciate that. However, now we're talking like it's just on the other extreme. Some people now opt for smoothie cleanses, which retain the fiber, or simply a week of eating only whole, unprocessed foods without added sugars. More of a clean eating reset than a true actual fast. These approaches are actually generally safer and more nutritious than an all juice fast, though they can still over-promise on the concept of a detox. The truth is, the best detox is supporting your body's own detox organs, staying hydrated, set plenty of fiber, fruits, veggies, whole grains, and also get adequate protein and micronutrients, and maybe ease up on the alcohol and ultra-processed foods. It's not flashy as charcoal lemonade or stuff on TikTok, but it works and it won't leave you starving or sprinting to the toilet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of a reality check from actual research. It's worth highlighting how current science is poking holes into the cleanse craze. As mentioned, a landmark 2015 review of detox diets found no solid evidence of benefit and flagged plenty of risks instead. Fast forward to today, and new research is reinforcing the skepticism. A 2025 study by Northwestern University published in the journal Nutrients gave us a first real look at what juice cleanses do to our microbiome. And that's the trillions of bacteria that are in our gut and even in our mouth. Their findings: in just 3 days of juice-only diet, healthy adult participants showed significant shifts in their bacterial populations, and not the good kind. So the juice-only group had a surge of bacteria associated with inflammation and gut permeability, which is that leaky gut, while a comparison group eating whole plant foods saw beneficial gut bacteria thrive. The lack of fiber in the juices likely starved the friendly microbes that produce anti-inflammatory compounds like butyrate, while high sugar content fueled other microbes that can be harmful. Even the oral microbiome was altered. Scientists noted a reduction in beneficial bacteria and an increase in inflammatory bacteria in the mouths of the juice cleansers. Now, that doesn't mean drinking a green juice now and then will wreck your health. Absolutely not. An occasional fresh juice can be a convenient way to get like some extra vitamins and all those micronutrients, and is certainly better than like a can of soda. But as a prolonged fiberless diet, the science suggests caution. It's a nice irony that a cleanse marketed to clean out might actually be disrupting the very gut balance that is actually keeping you healthy.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, have the juices, do all of that, but have it as a supplement, not as like your diet. That's all you're consuming.
Exactly. Try the cucumber salad.
Yeah, exactly. That could be a nice side.
I keep talking about cucumber. It's delicious.
The cucumbers
Yeah, a
are
little
great.
peanut butter, a little heavily fat.
Really?
Yes.
Cucumber and peanut butter?
Yes, cucumber, a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of like sesame oil for kaki. Oh my god, it's delicious. It's delicious.
I like my peanut butter with banana.
That's yummy too.
That's like a very common lunch of
while.
mine.
Yeah.
Like I have that for lunch a lot. Anyway, all right. So that was juice cleanses for you. So if you have tried juice cleanses, let us know. Let us know in the comments. I really want to hear people that have actually gone through it, because have you done one?
No.
No, yeah, me neither. I can't.
No.
I cannot.
I used to drink like the lemonade in the morning with
Yeah,
the
but not
pine and stuff,
alone.
but not alone.
Yeah, no.
I never really like felt into that. I don't think that that's healthy at all.
Right.
And also like you're gonna starve yourself.
I know, that sounds painful.
I really truly feel that if I were to ever do that, it's because I literally need to lose like 5 pounds in 2 days. That is
But
it.
like, I don't know.
And even then, I don't think that it's worth it.
I just feel like how harsh
Yeah,
it's
it is.
gotta
It's terrible. It's
feel
terrible.
to be on a completely empty stomach and then
yeah.
throw down a juice.
Yeah.
That has to feel like a bomb went
A
off.
bomb. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, like I said, leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys thought about this episode. If you guys have done this, have any experience with it, we're really curious about it. We love hearing from you guys about any of these things. And subscribe, comment, follow us on all forms of social media. We're pretty much everywhere. If you're not into social media, we have an email, funnymedicine305@gmail.com. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.